Well, hello, everybody. If this works out well for me today. Hi, how is everyone doing? No. Well, guys, I am here to talk about something that is very important for our society. Yes, and I hope that you will come in this time and let's just talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. I would like to just send this live video um, out to the group since I am flying solo, and I hope that you guys will just watch this because it's so very important. It's very, very important, and we want everything to go well. Oh, that is my wish. How's everybody doing this morning? Just a quick live. And of course, as I said, I'm flying solo, so I have to send it out myself. First, all right, so let's begin. How's everybody doing this morning? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live session today. We're going to dive into a topic that is really both essential and urgent, and that is racial equality and justice. I have the phone in front of me here that I will be, using back and forth I'll be looking back and forth on it, and hopefully everything will just go super amazing. All right. This is not just another discussion. It's a call for action, a plea for awareness, and a shared commitment to make a difference in the world. Come on in, and when you come in, you make sure you like up the live and share it. Together, we'll explore what racial justice truly means, why it matters, and what we can do individually and collectively to create a more equitable society. So come on in and let's dive in with our hearts and sheer determination, my people, to see change in the world. I am sure that we want to see a change in the world. Our mission on this page, or the pages, the groups, is to motivate and inspire you through positive discussions, videos, and empowering quotes to help you along your journey. We're more than just a page, we're a community of individuals striving for growth and positivity. On Moments of Inspiration, Lena Cola channel on YouTube, and Mental Fortitude and Survival Mode groups. Feel free to follow and subscribe, and that is so you can unlock exclusive content tailored to uplift and empower you. And please introduce yourself in the comment section below. We would love to hear your story, your point of view, and welcome you happily to our community. So yes, we're going to talk about racial justice and equality. Today, it's not too early in the morning to talk about it. This is a time I have, and we are going to look into understanding racial equality and justice. Racial equality, my friends, mean that regardless of your race, your ethnicity, you have the same opportunities, rights, and protections under the law. And it's about ensuring that the color of a person's skin and their eyes, yes, the eye color too, because people are prejudiced against certain people with different eye colors, believe it or not, right? So um, racial equality, as I said, is about ensuring the color of a person's skin does not determine their life's chances, their safety, or their worth in the eyes of the society. and make sure you introduce yourself below. All right, so let's hear now from a premier civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, about his ongoing pursuits of equality. Let us just listen to him
We
for a
always have to
moment.
stand for what is right. We always have to stand for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient, and even when people attack us for it. We have to learn to live together and respect one another together, or we will perish as fools. And right now, more than ever, we have to teach our children about respecting diversity. We're better than what we saw with George Floyd. We're better with what we saw the execution of Breonna Taylor. We're better with what we saw the lynching of Ahmaud Arbery. Not back in 1940, not back in 1950, but in 2020, we saw these atrocities. And we have to hold a mirror to America's face and say, we're better than this, America.
That's right. That is right. If we teach our children to respect diversity, we can truly change our world and our future. Racial justice is truly about addressing and correcting the historical and systematic injustices that have marginalized racial minorities for generations upon generations. Yes, and it's time that we put a stop to it. Racial justice is about creating a fair and just society where everyone can thrive, free from oppression and discrimination. Racial injustice is not just a problem for the people who experience it directly, it's a societal issue that diminishes us all. And if you've never been affected by this, you must be living in Mars, because this is going to affect everybody. And a matter of fact, it is affecting everybody. Do you see the killing, the crime, the violence that is happening in our society? You know, this racial injustices manifest in many forms, from overt acts of racism to subtle but pervasive biases, that affect every aspect of life. It affects education, it affects employment, it affects housing, it affects healthcare and the criminal justice system. Believe it or not, you can look at a person of color and a Caucasian, and they do the same crime, but they don't do the same time. We know this. I'm not speaking up against Caucasian right now, because I love everyone, but I'm talking about the racial injustice that is very systematic, that's created in our society, that needs to go. The consequences of this are severe, leading to disparities in income, health outcomes, my people, moments of inspiration, and the overall quality of life for racial minorities. But let's be clear, this is unacceptable in our society. It is, and somebody has to speak up about it. So I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to use the platforms that I have to talk about this situation, right? It is time for us to stand up and say no more, Lena Cola channel, no more of it. And all of us can make a difference. So here I want to share with you at least 10 solutions that can combat racial injustice, right? Education and awareness is absolutely amazing. If you don't have the education and the awareness, to combat the racial injustices in our society, we will not know how to fight it. So the first step that we need to do is to understand the roots of racial injustice. Yes, this is the first step towards addressing it. We must educate ourselves and others about the history of racism, the contributions of racial minorities, and the ongoing challenges that we face. in this society. Yes, let us look at it. And it is, as I said, everyone is feeling it. So it's time for us to step up, especially now that even it's election time. We will see things rearing their ugly heads, right? I believe that schools should incorporate a comprehensive curricula that reflect the diversity, or diverse history, I should say, of cultures of all people, right? Come on in and click the live, because whether you believe it or not, this one video can make a change in this world, right? It can. Whether you're on mental fortitude or survival mode, come on in, and in the subscriber group, uh, come on in. Remember, guys, to you can give super chats in the process of watching the video, or stars, so that we could create more content such as this one. We need to look at policy reform, and we heard from attorney Ben Crump earlier on. That is one of the areas that he's targeting: policy reform, advocating for changes in laws and policies that perpetuate racial inequality. And this is very crucial. It is very, very crucial, and we need to make sure that we do all that we can do to make a difference in the world. If you could go to your community meetings, the town hall meetings, and speak up, and you can use even your platform to create a change, a major change in our society. All right. So this reform includes the criminal justice system reform, the voting rights protection, and policies that address economic disparities. Yes, you all work and do the same job, and you get the same pay. You can support legislation that promotes equal opportunities in education, equal opportunities in employment, equal opportunities in housing. These are very essential. Engage in activities in your community. Yes, and promote dialogue with the politicians, and understanding. Let them understand what you're facing, what you're experiencing, and what is happening in the community at the moment. Guys, I'm so passionate about this. Have you ever been treated indifferent? If you have ever been treated indifferent, then you would understand that this is a major, major subject that every one of us need to jump on, right? We need to jump on this. We need to build strong, inclusive communities where everyone feels valued and heard, and can help bridge divides and reduce racial tensions. Yes, support the minority-owned businesses. Guys, let me tell you, I speak Patois and English, and sometimes the way I come across, I may not always call the letters properly or say the right sentences, but be sure to know that I know how to write it, right? Patois and English makes sometimes you make mistakes, okay? So I'm not going to really justify all this talking, but I'm going to tell you that it is very essential to support minority owned businesses. Supporting businesses owned by racial minorities is a practical way to help reduce economic disparities in our society. It empowers communities, creates jobs, and it fosters economic independence. Yes? So these are things to look at. If you see your sibling, your community person doing a business If you see your friends or family doing a business, support them. Support them. Keep the business in the area. The Chinese know how to do it. The Vietnamese know how to do it. And the Indians know how to do it. But there are people of minority who really will go would go and support uh, other nations. Support your own, support your people. Offer mentorship and represent. Encourage and support mentorship programs that help minority youths access opportunities in education and careers. I'm telling you that at this moment, anything that I want, I don't know how to get it and where to get it. Yes. So go ahead and help the minority youth research what's going on in your community that helps the young people, and go ahead and drive them towards uh, you know participating in those activities, instead of them walking and idling and doing drugs and all of those things, right? They're wielding weapons because they don't have anything else to do. And the influence is coming from somewhere. So if you as an individual can motivate them and mentor them to push forward in our society to make a difference, then we will create the change we want to see in the world. And our young people, they are the future. They are the children of tomorrow. Promoting diverse representation in leadership positions, whether in business, in politics, or in the media. This is a Black-owned business right here. As you can see, I am Black, right? Support this business here. Well, it's not really a business. It's just, I just feel like it's necessary to motivate and inspire others because of the negative videos, the negative platforms that I have observed. And right here, we will make a difference. I will help to make a difference. Right? Yeah. They support the promote the diversity in every single area of society. And this helps to ensure that different perspectives are included in decision making. It's not easy, but we can start from somewhere. We can start looking out for each other. Being an ally. Yes, being an ally means standing up and standing with those who are affected by racial injustice. Now we see the Black Lives Matter movement, right? You stand up for those who are affected by racial injustice. Don't wait until someone is unalive before you start to use your voice, use your platform and your resources to support racial injustice or racial justice initiatives. Excuse me. Go ahead and do that. Use your voice. Stand up for equal rights and justice. Stand up for truth. Advocate for systematic changes. Speak out against racism and support organizations there, because it's not just one, working to end racial inequality. Encourage implicit bias. You need to train your people to not be biased in the workplaces, not be biased in the schools and institutions, to implement implicit bias training. They need to do that. They need to go ahead and work on all of that. Train the employees. Train the employees to promote equal rights and justice and to treat everyone with respect. Let me tell you, understanding and addressing unconscious biases can lead to more equitable treatment and decision making. Yes, this is just difficult to speak about when I look at the news and I realize how the criminal justice system has disproportionately affected racial minorities. And we just sit down and we're not doing anything about it. We're not talking about it. I said it before, I'll say it again. We must push for reforms that address racial profiling, police brutality, and sentencing disparities. We have to make a difference. As you come in, you click like, you click share, so that we can share this. And there are people who are incarcerated wrongfully. So when you support and push for reforms, you're supporting alternatives to incarceration and promoting rehabilitation over punishment. Someone go and steal something in the store, they may not need punishment. They may need rehabilitation. They may need help to get the resources that they need to be a better person than they were yesterday. Promote cultural competency in healthcare to ensure that all individuals receive fair and effective treatment. Let me tell you a story. I went to the hospital. I was plopping over. I was just falling over. And I couldn't understand why this was happening. I went to the hospital and they took like 8 to 10 vials of blood from me. And they still didn't find the problem. And they didn't look deeper into the situation at the moment. I came home, they sent me home. And I went back to the hospital. And they're checking for everything else. Everything. And still didn't find the problem. You know who discovered the problem? Me. I discovered my problem. I did a video on vitiligo. Is it vitiligo or vertigo? Vertigo or vertigo, as some may call it. And I realized that vitamin D deficiency can cause vertigo. And when they sent me home, I went to the local clinic and I specifically asked for my vitamin D levels to be checked. And they checked it, and that was the problem. How could they not find it? So yes, we need to promote cultural competency in healthcare to ensure that every single person receive fair and effective treatment. Yes, train the healthcare providers to understand and respect cultural differences. I'm sure they're doing some of it, and this can lead to a better health care outcomes for minority communities. Yes, and go ahead and vote, because voting is a powerful tool for change. It's a powerful tool for change. And the things that we don't want in our society, look on really those that offer the best course of action, the freedom of choice to get involved, the freedom of choice to make a difference and to create a better world. We have to support those people, right? Support efforts to protect voting rights and ensure that all citizens especially those in marginalized communities, have a voice in the political process. Yes, encourage participation in local, state, and national elections to influence policies that promote racial equality. We have to make a difference in our world. Yes, God didn't create this kind of situation. Humankind created this kind of situation. Racial injustice contradicts the very principles of democracy, and human rights. It denies individuals the opportunities to reach their full potential and contributes to social and economic instability. Guys, it also perpetuates divisions that harm every single one of us, preventing us from living in a truly inclusive and harmonious society. We must recognize, my people, that racial injustice is not just a relic of the past. It continues to impact millions of lives today. And it doesn't have to be this way. Change is possible. Yes. And it starts with each and every one of us committing our part, or committing to do our part. Guys, as we wrap up this discussion this morning, I want to leave you with this thought. Racial inequality and justice are not just ideals. They are achievable goals. But to make them a reality, we all need to play our parts, whether it's through educating ourselves, advocating for policy changes, supporting minority communities, or simply speaking out against racism when we see it. Every action counts, every single one. Let's commit to being the generation that not only talks about racial equality and justice, but also takes concrete steps towards achieving it. Yes, together, I know that we can create a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect and fairness, regardless of the color of their skin, the color of their eyes. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this morning in this important conversation, my people. Let's go forward with hope, determination, and shared commitment to making a difference. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay hopeful. I will see you in the next live session. Go and make a difference in our world. Speak up. If you see something, say something. Take care of yourself. I'm Lena Cola or Charmalee. I'll see you once again in the next live session or the next video. Bye.